morning, guys. Another day. This is qualifying day. We're out here at Salem Speedway, Indiana. This is the Riverside 50K, and we figured out a couple things on the car. Today, I'm fortunate enough to have stand-in crew. We've got
Mike, what's up? Hello.
We've got
Kyle.
And
David. No.
Back of your head. These guys are from Dayton, Ohio. They came down to help out, so I'm super appreciative of that. What we figured out yesterday in all of our testing and trials and all that stuff is that the noise that I'm hearing on the rear left, it has to be axle related. But we kept checking the axle, and there's nothing wrong with the axle. There's nothing wrong with any of the suspension. We've checked everything, and the last thing was just thinking, okay, well, what makes sense, right? When I'm turning left, the suspension compresses. That'll change the length of the axle, because as it compresses, right, you got the arc of the swing, and it's either compressing or unloading the axle. So when we reach under there and try to move the axle, there's no play in it. So the best we can come up with is that the axle is compressed, like it doesn't have enough free play. And so the best way to solve that is to adjust all the arms outward so that the track width is essentially wider, giving more room for the axle to have some play. So at this point, basically an hour and a half before we start driving for the day, we're gonna move both sides, widen the whole car, make some room for the axles, and then hopefully it doesn't get too far out of alignment. We'll do a toe plate adjustment. We were gonna tow the car in anyways to give it a little bit more grip, and so that's where we're at, is basically adjusting all the rear suspension and then realigning it, and hopefully that noise goes away, and hopefully there's no more problems. Because what I don't want is for that axle to break a week before Trenton has to go to Formula D and not be able to get a replacement. These are Wise Fab axles. They're very nice axles, but it's just not set up properly. So that's what we're doing. Once again, you're welcome, Trenton, but also thank you for letting me use your car. But I think we're getting things dialed in to a point where, like, this car is not going to have problems, which it doesn't really have problems, but that's a potential problem. So yeah, it was raining really hard this morning. It's forecasted for rain for a while, but we basically got clouds without rain right now, so I'm hoping it stays that way or starts to dry up and get sunny. But the asphalt is wet but not actively raining, so we'll see how the day goes. Yesterday I felt pretty good driving the car, but it's definitely not fast enough, not enough grip for what I need. So we're gonna lower tire pressure, add some toe in the rear, and hopefully I can just figure out how to really book it through there, get some good practice with grip today. Basically I figured out the course yesterday. Now I just need to get the course figured out with speed and grip. So hopefully all these things that we're doing right now will help us get to that point. cleaning with the mop.
Water. He's taking a shower. It's not a nice one because it's cold.
Well, oh, right there too.
Oh, okay. Over there some.
Come back here a little bit.
No.
Wicknick takes a
No.
shower on pump day.
No!
Yeah, for that's all you need.
That's gonna go right in.
Here, let's
Oh, it's a go forward.
take here.
No, it's got a lot of rear end. Don't show this part, Alton.
Okay.
Watch out.
Watch out, buddy.
Oh, no.
Oh, we got the gate.
Oh yeah.
Oh!
We had to cool down the radiator.
All right.
Good serving. That actually felt really good.
And
Reduce for use.
For the first few laps, I felt pretty good in the rain. Like the car transitions really slow. Like it's hard to get it to, I can't get it to whip and flick from angle to angle. But as far as in the zones, I'm deep in the zone. It's just like clutch kickers where I can look out the window, I can see the wall, and I can literally put the back of the car like right where it needs to go. Like my outer zone 1 is almost like perfect. Now transitioning from zone to zone is kind of difficult. This car does it smoothly, but it does it really slow. So watching other cars follow me, I didn't do any chase runs, I did only leads. I want to get my qualifying dialed. Going from transition to transition is really, really slow. No matter what I do, no matter how I try and steer, no matter, it doesn't matter. The car just moves really, really slow. But when it gets to lock and I dial it in, like it gets in the zones, it works really well. It accelerates when I push the gas pedal, like all that stuff's good. The gearing is good, but it's just really slow in transition. And that's the problem I had last time. I think that's gonna end up affecting us in tandem chase, but it is what it is. The axle noise went away. Everything's working really well right now. The car is good. So it's just a matter of figuring it out. Practice is over, so next up is qualifying run. So we'll see how it goes. All right, so it's about time to do qualifying. We're 12th in line to qualify. Car feels about as good as it can right now. It's still wet, which is good for me because that's how my last practice wrap was. And I'm feeling confident being able to get out to the zones, put it where I need to, and do exactly what I did in practice, which was good enough for me. So we'll see what happens. So we just did the first qualifying run. Felt pretty good compared to what I've been doing in practice. I hit the wall, I scraped the wall harder than I have on the other runs, but I don't think it affected my line. And it sounds like the exhaust is dragging, so we got to figure out why that came off, what's going on with that. But all in all, not a bad run. Feeling pretty good about that. So the first wave of qualifying is over, and we ended up with an 88, a score of 88. Rudy got an 88. There's a lot of 88s handed out, so I don't know exactly where that puts us. High score was a 95. There were some 93s, 92s. So out of 80 drivers, I'm not sure where that's going to leave us. But the way this qualifying is working is the top 40 scores are going to be locked in, and then the bottom 40 are going to fight for those bottom 40 spots. So it seems like that's the new way qualifying works in most of drifting. But I think we'll be in the top 40, probably not as high as we wanted to be, but we'll take it. It's not bad. Let's see. Car I think is pretty good. We're gonna put some grippier tires on it, and really we just need to wait now and see who we're up against in the battles. I did tap the wall a little bit and took out the taillight, so that's gonna be a problem. Trenton says he has other taillights for it, but I'm not super thrilled about that. I want to pull this back out a little bit. That way if I touch a little bit more, it's not going to do any damage to this quarter panel. Is kind of the idea behind that. But I'm just ready to see who we're up against and go do some more battles. Not more battles, go do battles. Go start battling. Hey! All right. All right, so we did some math and figured out based on qualifying order that we're gonna be going against Tom Perner. So I think that's correct, but it's not official. He's driving a Mustang. He was doing pretty well. I still think we have the ability with the car and my driving to take the win. So that's our 64 battle. We'll wait to get the official announcement, but that means I can run the grippy tires. He's not especially slow or anything, so that's kind of our plan. But we're just chilling, waiting for 64 to start. Not really anything to do on the car, it's all prepped. I guess that means we can just wipe it down, clean it up, right? You don't need roads in this thing.
Nah, hell no.
Aaron Spiegel had a crash. It's a major bummer. All right, the time has come. We're going to line up for top 64 battles. I usually get a little bit nervous at this point, but I'm trying to just relax. I know what to do, just got to do it. Let's go.
Puckett advancing into the top 32.
So,
Puckett will advance.
We're sitting here, we're the third battle out, and our competitor's not here. I guess someone just said in the pits that he's on his way or something, but it was looking for a minute like he wasn't even in his car. We weren't sure what was going on. Yeah, there he is. He's rolling in right now.
Once we get that,
so I guess we're on. I was like, are we on? Are we off? What are we doing? Now I can't let it get to my head. Focus, focus, focus.
You got this, brother.
Alright guys, so we moved on from the top 64 battle. It's not my favorite way to win a battle, but basically my lead run was definitely not great. It was not a 100 point run by any means. I missed some zones, I was late. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't great. And then when he was leading, I knew I had to go pretty hard. I wanted to make sure it was a good show and put it on him really close. Right off the get-go, he missed like second or third gear, and so we're halfway down the straight, and I hear what-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, like, and some grinding. Like, I was like, okay, he must have missed a gear. So I'm like, are we going? I'm like literally a little bit ahead of him. Are we going? Are we stopping? Like, what are we doing? And then he like pauses and then grabs a gear and starts drifting. So I'm past the last initiation point, and I'm like, one of my rules of thumbs is no matter what happens, if it's safe, always keep drifting. If you're in the lead and someone hits you, if you're in the chase and the guy goes off track, no matter what, just keep drifting if it's safe. And so I'm like, if he's drifting, I'm drifting. I don't know, I'm not gonna leave this up to the judges, right? So he started drifting, I started drifting. Finished that lap off, and then he, I guess, dropped 3 tires off towards the very end of the track. And so I stopped before the end of the track because he basically almost spun in front of me. So I'm like, what are we doing? Like, I didn't really know how it was gonna go there. And the judges gave me the win, but apparently there was some talk that maybe like they might have restarted him if he would have stopped, some weird stuff. So I guess I'm glad I kept drifting, because I don't want it to be like, well, if you would have done this, then this and this, whatever. made the best decision that I could, and I think it was the right decision, and we moved on. Like I said, not my favorite way to win a battle. I like to win by hard driving and just, you know, doing better than the other guy, but I feel like it was more because of his mechanical problems. I don't know how his lead run would have been. He did a decent run. The half of a run that he put together was a decent run, so like it might have been a good run for my money going up against him. But either way, my guys are telling me a win is a win. Doesn't matter how you get there. I guess that's true. We're going for money, so I'll take it. A win's a win. So that's it for tonight. We're gonna hang out a little bit, watch some of the other driving, and then just kind of relax and get ready for top 64 tomorrow. So see you guys in the morning. Bye.